All right, everybody. So we are back, and I'm hoping that yes, we are good. I hear volume, and we're good. We're back. Yay! It's been forever, or so it feels like. But we are back with another episode of Wind Riders of Aria here on the Halfling Wizard Productions Twitch channel, and we're gonna go around just sort of like let everybody introduce themselves again, who they are, who they're playing, and this time you're going to tell me where your character was when last we were here, so the audience knows exactly what all was happening with your character. So give us just a little bit of a synopsis of what your character was doing last session and where they kind of ended up. So we're going to actually start. I'm going to start with the way it is in my alchemy over here, and we're going to start with Riku first.
Awesome. Hello, everyone. I'm Riku. I'm playing Captain Carrick, the Ponturi of the ship, one of the Ponturi of the ship. And last we saw Carrick, he was just got back to his quarters, and as he went in, lo and behold, Nemitz is sitting in his chair, just waiting for him. And this is gonna be an interesting conversation, I feel like.
Yes, because this is going to be your attempt to convince him to stay.
Yeah, kind of.
Because he is officially retired, quote unquote.
Yes.
And so this is going to be a conversation between the two of them to see perhaps if he'll stay or not. So
Maybe.
we shall see. We shall see. All right, cool. Let's go with Winterwolf. You're next, Lisa.
Hello, I'm Lisa D&D Winterwolf. I play Katerina Perry, security officer. My mood tonight is about as disheveled as my hair, so it's going to be fun. Last, I was shadowing the captain unofficially just because I'm worried about him being safe. And so I said goodnight to him and then basically just kind of standing out in the hall outside, not far from his room, watching the door.
Okay. All right. Let's go to Kel next.
Hi, please tell me y'all can hear me.
We can hear you. Woo!
All right, so I think it's either a combination of alchemy or the NVIDIA program fucking up. Or, to quote Road Eldorado, or not Road Eldorado, wrong thing. No, wait, yeah, it is Road Eldorado. Sorry, it's been a long week already. But both is good.
Both is good.
Anyway, but yes, I am Kel, also known as the Celtic Wyvern King, playing probably the more lovable of the troublemakers on the ship. And I'm saying that because the other person can't argue because they're not here right now. And last we saw Headspace, he's going like, okay, I gotta find something to do. I'm gonna be bored out of my mind until we get back on the ship. And he's, praying to Nirvana right now because of all the technology in this base, and he's, in one of those, maybe supply rooms trying to acquire some pieces. Nothing big, just stuff he can easily get away with.
Which is hilarious. I'm like, okay, that's funny. Trying to acquire. It's like some technology.
I said technology, I said parts.
Fair enough. Parts. Technology, parts, same difference. It's like cracking me up, man. All right, and last but not least, Gath or Slayer, please.
Okay, can you guys hear me?
Sure can.
Okay. I wasn't sure because of the fun. Anyways, I am Old Warren Slayer. I will be playing Gath Elfredi, the other one of Carrick's species. I'm drawing a blank for some reason. Panturi,
Hunturi.
right? And last we left off, uh, Gath was still on the ship. He because he would not leave the ship in case he was needed.
Okay. All right. And of course, I am Will, or Halfling Wizard, the chaos facilitator for this awesome group of folks. And let's see, when last we were here, we actually had we had a crew change. Several of the old crew left and new crew joined. Um, Crew such as Commander Wellesley, he transferred out. But Lieutenant Ferris became the new chief medical officer. She was the chief medical nurse. Now she's the chief medical officer now. And replacing her is Lieutenant Commander Varian Blackthorn, who was one of our NPC winners. So, yay. We also had several people on a couple of the bridge crew transfer out. That was Lieutenant Vales, the communications officer, and Lieutenant Commander Zerish, the chief science officer, and a new bridge crew member by the name of Lieutenant Thaldern Corv, who is another one of our other NPC winner, and he will become our new pilot. We also have a new executive officer, a new first officer by the name of Ilara Voss, Lieutenant Commander, or actually Commander. She's actually a commander. Sorry, Commander Ilara Voss, who Kedek met in their sort of meeting with the base commander, and that's just sort of got to meet her and what she was about, and he found out that she's a stickler to the rules, and does not have a problem speaking truth to power, and has files on the entire crew, and including a novel thick file on A. Yeah, she's like, but she is there as well, and you will all meet her again as we move forward. Of course, Goose is out tonight, who played Soot. He had a migraine, so he had to step out tonight, and that's okay. Soot is off doing things with Gustav and having a grand old time. So, all right. So while there's a little bit, we're going to go through a few little things, and then there's going to be a time skip. Not by a whole lot, but just a little bit. But we're going to pick up where we left off last time, with each of you individually, what you're doing, where you're going, that sort of thing. So we're going to actually start with Katerina first. So you're outside the door.
Yep.
So what are you doing exactly?
I'm just sort of standing at parade rest I'm not like immediately outside the door, but I'm far enough down the hallway where I can keep an eye on it.
Are you just standing in the hallway? I mean, just standing?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So
At all.
So as you are standing in the hallway, not several, we'll just say the first one. The first, security detail, base security detail comes by. They see you, unless you're trying to be stealthy.
No.
Okay. They're going to see you. They're going to stop. They're going to ask what your business is. Why are you in the hallway? Just standing here. And not in a threatening way. They're literally just sort of why are you standing in the hallway?
Weirdo.
I'll say, well, our captain had some threats to his life recently, and not that I doubt security here, but I just want to keep an eye on him
Okay.
for my peace of mind. Is that okay?
Well, I mean, it is. I mean, if you want to stand in the hallway all night, that's fine. But this base has some of the highest security in all of like the Fossen military. I mean, the only person that's going to hurt your captain in here is your captain.
Could happen.
Okay. I mean, they're like I said, they're not gonna force you to leave or anything. They're just be like, okay, just the security forces will be coming through every few hours. So
Good to know. Good to know.
just let them know what you're doing. So they'll say have a good evening, and they'll
She'll
they'll
sleep
move on.
eventually.
As they hit their key cards and opening and closing bulkheads and that sort of thing as they go about their business. And so, okay, so you're out in the hallway.
Yep.
So, Gaff, let's go to you next. What are you doing at this point?
I'm going over the copy of the list of the vehicles I sent to the base commander,
Okay.
and making sure that I didn't screw up anything that I might have missed. That way I can catch it off at the pass.
Okay.
And other than that, I'm just staying available.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so cool. So you're just looking over inventory. And making sure that all your I's are dotted, all your T's are crossed. So, okay.
Yep.
Cool. All right. Dare I even? All right, A. What are you doing?
Here we go.
So what are you doing,
Can't
A?
hear you.
We can't hear you. Double muted, maybe.
That's exactly what it was. I went to unmute myself, thinking I muted my mic, and instead I muted it instead of clicking on the computer.
That's
It's
okay.
one of those days.
It is. It's one of those. It's okay.
No, but also, what do you mean? I'm innocent.
Yeah, sure you are.
No, but yeah. So like I said, so I'm in.
And I'm skinny.
Yeah.
I must say, and yeah, I'm literally just like looking for whatever parts I can filch to bring back on to ship or take to my quarters, so I can just build whatever I think I can build. There's no clear thing in mind because this is like Wonderland with how much is here. This is like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory with the whole big old like garden area.
Careful, Augustus. You might slip into the chocolate. So, all right. So, are you just like looking for supply closets? I mean,
no,
I'm just looking to see
I'm just looking to see what parts because maybe they left maybe someone left some parts on a table. They walked away. But as well as if I do find what looks like a supply closet or supply bin, I would also grab from there too if I could.
Okay, well, and the one thing that you will notice is that nothing is just left lying around. It's like there are no random parts laying on tables, things like that.
Yeah.
It's pretty high security here. Now, you could find a parts bay.
Yeah.
Which you would have access to. You could you have that access.
Yeah.
Even though Commander Voss should probably put you on restricted access. And who knows, maybe she did. I guess we'll see. So noticing that there are no parts laying around, you will eventually you can find the parts bay.
And I'll definitely try and go in there and just see what I can find.
Okay.
Attempt to go in at least.
Okay, so when you go in, or when you get to the parts bay, You're able to access.
Mm-hmm.
Your clearance is high enough. And you walk in, the door's open, or the door opens. When you walk in, it is like a warehouse, just full of equipment, parts, miscellaneous. I mean, it is probably like a wet dream for A right now.
Oh yeah, he's probably grabbed, like, if there's a duffel bag in here, he's probably grabbing it and just loading up on anything that he thinks he'll be able to use to build just whatever inspiration hits.
Okay. Which is so funny because you could, the funny about any of this and all of this is that he could probably just fill out a requisition form and get whatever he wants.
Yeah, but then that
But
might
where
raise
is the
some
fun in
questions.
that?
Yeah, well, that might also raise some questions. Going like, why do you need like 10 of these? It's like,
Why do you need 10 of these? That's fair. That is fair. Okay. So you walk in. You can do an investigation to see, or intelligence, sorry. Intelligence to see if you see something you can kind of stack things in or stuff things in or.
Okay. We need to get put on the scene that has our
Oh,
characters.
sorry. Oh, my bad.
No, you're
Let
good.
me put you back over at the outpost.
I don't have the characters there. Where are the characters?
Hold on. I'll get you there.
I was actually before we were in this scene, though. That's a weird part.
Do what?
I could have sworn we had our characters on this scene. That's the weird part.
I thought you did too. How odd.
Maybe they're on the Wind Rider?
They could be on the Wind Rider. And then I'll move you guys over. Pretty sure you're probably on Wind Rider.
Yep, there they are.
Okay. So we can
you
just
said
use
intelligence?
this you can use this for your rolls for now.
Oh, once we hit play as, you can change scenes and it stays unless I exit out of it. Same thing goes for
That's
everyone
fine.
else. But you said intelligence, right?
Intelligence, yeah.
Oh! 21.
Jeez Louise, dude. Okay. So
Impressive.
yeah, you yeah. I mean, yeah, you can see for sure there's plenty of things that you can stack things in. I mean, there are bags and there are
Did we lose him?
do we lose? Oh, we may have.
Yep.
That's okay. He'll be back. When he comes back,
Yep.
I'll fill him in.
Alchemy froze on him.
Got it. All right. Well,
That was an impressive roll, though.
yeah. True. That was a very impressive roll. Okay. So we will. I think is he coming back? We'll see if he comes back. That's all right. All right. We will come back to A. So I think we're in. We can go to the. All right. So let's go to Carrick. Let's go to Carrick and see what transpires here. So let me see if I think I moved you guys all over to the C thing. I think y'all are over there now. There, I'll pull you all in, but yeah. Say, okay, so you're in your quarters and Nemitz is there.
What brings you here? And into my chair.
And he'll sort of like look at you and go, I don't know, why don't you tell me why I'm here? So as he's like drinking something, which is probably from your stash of something. Um,
Because of course.
and he'll say, "So tell me, why is it I'm on my way to the transport to carry me home as I'm about, retiring, that as I'm stepping on, I get stopped by base command and told, ho ho, you may not be retiring. And then they tell me to, funny enough, report to your quarters. So why don't you tell me why I'm here?"
Wow, they were quick. I honestly
Yeah.
wasn't expecting to talk to you till tomorrow.
Well, I was on my way home. So
Yeah.
what's going on? What do you want?
So yeah, I know you're supposed to retire. And well, first off, before you go, I wanted to first express my deepest thanks for all you've done for not just the crew, not just for the ship, but for me as well. You've been a great member of this crew, and it's just one of those things where it's hard to see this crew without you, if I'm being honest.
Oh, God.
Look.
He's going to go like, we're about to get mushy, aren't we? Ugh.
Look, bud, you could tell that just from being summoned here on your retirement day. Listen, I'm not. My intent is not to truly convince you to stay, but I wanted to let you know if you just so happen wanted to extend your time a little bit longer, we would be very happy to have you. I would. Katarina would. I think you can. Yes, Katarina would. I saw that look. it's surprising. Like, she might not talk about it, but you've just like how you've made an impact on me, you've made an impact on her. And I think, yeah, and I think you're. But at the same time, I respect your decision. I know you've been waiting for this time, and I want to respect that too. So, wanted to just put that out there for you. If you would, I am not going. I'll put it this way: I'm not going to make this decision. I want you to.
He's going to look at you and be like, it would be my decision anyway.
Well, yeah, that is true. That is very
It's like,
true.
well, I appreciate that, but if I want to stay, I'll stay. If I don't, I don't. Yeah. I've been doing this a long time.
I know.
And he he swigs whatever's left in the glass. He sets it down on the table and he says, "All right, good night. You'll know when you know." And he leaves. He just leaves.
At least, well, before he walks out, it's like, either
Okay.
way, keep in contact.
And he kind of waves, over his shoulder and walks out.
And Carrick, once he walks out, Carrick kind of sighs and it's just like, well, that's all I can really do. And I'm gonna take a lie down in my hammock. Probably pour myself a glass and lie down in the hammock for a bit.
Well, when you go to pour yourself a glass, you see there's one already poured for you.
Oh. It's like, son of a bitch.
No. Yeah. So he'll exit out the room and he'll go the opposite direction. He'll stop outside of the door, and he'll look through out of the corner of his eye. He'll see Katerina, and then he's going to turn and walk the opposite direction.
It's like I don't want to deal with this right now. Love you, bye.
Rude. I'm sorry. Oh, that's funny.
Okay.
Very
right.
much in character, though.
Oh yeah, very much so. I mean, that's what if he stays, that's what you're getting.
Hmm?
All right. So A, we'll come back to you now that you're back with us.
Yep. I love how I roll a triple surge and I go, yeah. And then I see all y'all like
Freeze.
I was just like, mother.
Well, you still got triple surge. So
Oh yeah.
when you look in, so when you go into this warehouse, there's things you could pile things into. I mean, it's like large crates. There's like a like a dolly type thing. I mean, you're like a kid in a candy store right now.
Candy store.
Yeah, I'm about to say if there's like a dolly, so I was probably gonna have like 2 like large crates sitting on top of the dollies. I just push through and just like literally arm shovel this way, just whatever falls in, I take.
Okay. All right. So you just arm scoop things into your container.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So when you get your container full, where are you going to go with this thing? Like, are you going back to your quarters with it?
Well, I'll probably like take some and put them in like a smaller container that I can like hide on my person. But otherwise, I'm literally going to like seal the crate up. And I was going to put a note saying, deliver to Windrider for me.
Okay.
Essentially, make it look like they're so.
Okay.
Make it look like it's a requisition order when it's not.
Okay. That is fair. Okay. All right. So let me see. Sorry, I'm trying to fix whatever that is. Whatever that is. I don't know.
So what are you trying to fix?
Oh, nothing. I'm trying to bring people up into the. There we go.
Oh, okay, cool. Didn't know if it was like something on Twitch that I missed.
Yeah, no, I was trying to bring all you guys into the Seabed Geological Survey Station page, so I can do rolls. All right. So as everyone sort of does what they're doing, Kadek's going. He's going to take a nap or whatever. Katerina's literally going to stay outside his door all night long.
I will meditate. I'll try and get some rest.
Okay. So night will come. Everyone will kind of either you will get a good night's sleep or you won't, depending on what you're doing. The morning comes early. Kedek, you're the first to have to be awakened with a call, and you all have like communication, like phones, basically in your rooms. And
that
they will
yawn was not intentional there. It's only Monday and it's been a long week. Forgive me.
No, it is. I totally agree with you. So
I think I work retail.
Yeah, I know. I feel for you, my man.
I'm still jet lagged from Portland.
Well, that's fair too. And I just closed out 10 weeks of hell. So yay.
We're all suffering.
Yep. So all right. So Kedek, you're getting a call.
Hello?
When you answer the call, it is Central Command asking you to report there as soon as possible.
Okay. I will get up, get dressed, get what stuff I need, and make my way to Central Command.
Okay.
Morning, Captain.
Yeah, I like open the door and you're right there. Like, God! I don't need 2 jump scares within the span of 24 hours. How are you, Katarina?
Good morning. I'm good, sir.
Good,
Did you
good.
rest, did you rest well?
I did. I did. I had a lot of thinking to do, but I did rest very well. Did you get good? Did you rest?
I'm good.
Good.
I saw Commander Nimitz came to see you.
Yeah, I know he's supposed to retire, so before officially anything happens, I just wanted to wish him well and let him know how much we really enjoyed having him. I don't know what he's gonna do. The choice to retire is his own. So if he decides, I told him that he's welcome to stay if he wants. He wants to go a little longer, but that's gonna be up to him.
Yes, sir. Where are we off to this morning?
Well, I just got a call from Central Command. They like to see me for something, so I was heading down there. I am. Have I been told if this is a private meeting or? I can't hear you.
That was weird.
Yep.
If you're being called to Central Command, it's for like command level only. Like
Okay.
Captains, commandants, high brass.
Gotcha. I just given the nature of the kind of meeting, I'm gonna go at it my own. If you want to stay back here and keep a look after the ship, and I shouldn't be too long. I'll be back soon enough.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So.
But I'm going to trail along behind him.
Because of course you are.
Fair enough.
I love it. I love it.
Cool. So Gath and A, it's the next morning. So what's actually, Gath, you'll get a call as well. You'll get a call from their chief engineer, the base's chief engineer, asking you to join her in the vehicle bay of the base's vehicle bay. I don't know. We can't. If you're talking to us, we can't hear you. Okay. I'll go to A while you get that situated. So A, you also get a call. You get a call.
Sorry, I was AFK.
Oh, there you are. It's okay. No problem. I was letting you know that it's the next morning, and you receive a call from the head engineer of the base asking you to join her in the main vehicle bay. Oh, excuse me, the base's vehicle bay.
Okay.
Okay. So,
I will head over there.
okay, cool. And then A, you'll get a call as well.
I say, is this like an intercom or is it like an actual phone ringing?
It's like a phone, basically. It's you know what you see in ships. They have the phones that they can communicate back and forth with.
So A, being dead tired from probably being in that parts bay most of the night, it's filling up the crates, is going to pick it up and put it right back down.
Okay, and the minute you pick it up and you put it right back down, you hear a loud bang on your door. Like
when the thing happens, A's literally going go like what the, and literally fall out of bed. And then also it's a new day, so we'll say let's roll on dice.
There you go.
He hasn't had a random mutation change in a while.
Oh, that's true. He hasn't.
All right, so what was it again? It's red iris, long ears, gills, or wings. So I'll roll a d4. And we'll just count them off in that order. That work for you, Will?
Yeah, that works.
Wings.
Wings. Okay.
Oh, he lands square on his back. Oh.
Ow.
Oh.
What he gets for being lazy.
That's not being lazy. That's wanting to sleep after being up all night.
That's true. So you hear another loud bang on your door.
Like, I'm coming. Like, I'll get up and I'll notice the wings. I'm going like, oh, God damn it, not again. And he'll just answer the door shirtless.
Okay. So when you open the door, standing in the doorway is a rather imposing figure. Sort of the light bleeds into the room, so you're kind of like, oh, the light. So it's sort of silhouetted. They literally step into your quarters, and as the sort of light kind of diminishes a little bit, you will see a rather tall woman, very well dressed, who literally addresses you by rank and name. So, and she's just like, "Why are you out of uniform? Why are you not in uniform? What is this?"
So like, oh, how tall is she, by the way?
She's about as tall as you are.
Okay. So yeah, so I was looking at her going like, it's like, one, her, you, two, it's like crack of dawn. It's like it's morning, okay?
Okay, I think we need to get off on the right foot here. So, my name is Commander Elara Voss, and I am your first officer of the Windrider, and you will address me as Commander, and you will immediately put your uniform on.
It's like, fine, at least get back into the hall as I'm still like kind of covering my eyes from the lights.
And I'm gonna stand right here until you're ready.
It's like, at least turn around.
And so she slowly turns around, just very much like, in the academy, we all did this in front of each other. Are we that insecure of ourselves?
And he's just going to sigh. He's going like, it's too early for this. As he like just quickly gets his uniform on.
It's like, it's too early for this. What?
I was talking to myself on that one. And then,
so you didn't say that out loud. That's probably
no. He said it out loud, but it was in
okay.
it was in a saying that to himself type tone, like not directing at anyone.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, then we'll.
Like, you know how sometimes like stuff happens at work, you go like, "No, it's just not that kind of day."
Fair enough. We'll let it slide.
Yeah. Oh no, I mean, that line that she said can still be there because then A's gonna go like, "I was saying that to myself," and then in a very snarky tone, "Commander."
And then she's going to turn and be like, you can say it snarky as you want as long as you say it. It's respect. You're going to learn some respect. You and I are going to become really, really close friends. I expect to see you in 10 minutes in the mess hall. Don't be late. As she literally like about faces and marches out the door.
Yeah.
Roll me an intelligence roll.
Let's see. Surge again.
There's something familiar about this woman.
11.
Okay. So as you as you sort of like are putting your uniform, something something familiar strikes you. First of all, she's the same species as you, same race.
Oh, fuck. Isn't he a player? I'm saying that as a player because
Yeah.
because I think I know where your mind's going, and I'm just like, great.
And you do with as you sit there and kind of like rub your temples, like trying to like, where do I know this person? Where have I seen this person?
It's
Oh
like it's
yeah.
on the tip of my tongue.
You know this person from Stormhunt. She was she was a commanding officer in the military there and was partially responsible for your choice.
When you say that, and you don't have to answer this question unless in case you need to save for later. Was she there when I got swatted?
Yes.
Great.
Yes, indeed. So, yeah. That's why she's like, you and I are going to be best buddies.
So when that realization hits, A's just going to go, there's not enough alcohol in the world for this.
Love it. All right, so while you're getting dressed and thinking, geez, let's go back to Kadek. And so, Kadek, you reach Central Command. Inside Central Command is base commander. Your first officer is there. Also, a lot of the higher ups for the base are in there. This is like the first time you've seen this much brass in a room. And now also there's somebody else there, and this is basically the head of the Fossen military is there. The big man himself, who we've all met.
Yay, A!
Yeah, A definitely knows him.
And I think his daughter might be with him.
And I'm there alone. I'm like, and so as soon as he walks in there and sees him, he just Kedek is trying to hold back any sort of, I don't know, fear or like trying not to throw up at the sight and being like, oh no, last time I saw you were going to kill us.
And he'll be like, well, yes, but that was also, you were in training at that time, so. But now you're an actual member of the military, so those days are long behind us.
Okay. Well, I'm glad that we can set off on a new foot.
Indeed. You will need to gather your main officers, your central officers, this afternoon for a briefing on what you will be doing next. Now that
right.
your official mission will begin once the ship is refit and new crew put in place, and that sort of thing. And we will inform you and your senior officers of what's happening.
Great. I appreciate that. I will gather my crew. Excuse me. I will gather my crew and let them know to meet here around noon.
That's fine. If you we'll make it after lunch.
After lunch? All right.
Yes. Let them have a
Sounds
good meal, and then we'll meet and discuss.
Sounds good. I will report that to them ASAP. Anything else you have for me?
As of this moment, the Wind Rider is off limits to all personnel,
Mm-hmm.
and so it's being moved to the main hangar anyway. So just so you know.
Okay.
So enjoy your time at the station.
That sounds good. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Of course. You are dismissed.
And I'm gonna salute before walking out. And I'm gonna pull out whatever communicator I have. Does it have texting function at all?
No texting. There's no texting.
Okay.
No group text.
Also, your first officer will come with you.
Oh, sounds good. So okay. And I'm assuming as soon as I walk outside, I'll see Katarina.
Actually, no. Katarina has gone down to medical. She wants to see if she can try her wings.
Okay.
And you did tell her basically to go away.
Oh yeah. Well, it was more of a.
It was very nice, but
like this is some. It sounds like some serious business right now.
Exactly. So she's taken this opportunity to go get her wing checked to see if she can test them out today.
Okay. In that case, I will tell my first officer to inform the rest of the central crew of time and place of when our meeting is, while I head to the ship real quick just to gather anything that I might need while it's off limits.
And she'll say, "Yes, Captain. I'll inform the senior staff."
Great. Yeah.
All right, cool. So hold on one second, everybody.
All right.
Did you literally just put Michael outside? Or the
I say, what
dog?
happened? I spaced.
I'm wondering the dogs are fighting or something.
Oh.
Who
I was
let
gonna
the
say someone's in the
dogs out?
doghouse. If they're getting sent out there.
I was like, it's gonna be one of the two jokes: who let the dogs out or fucking doghouse. In fact, we made both.
Well, he opened the door and Michael went out. Then he closed it. I was like,
What do you do?
I'm assuming the dogs are either barking at something or having a tussle.
Hey,
Ah.
Riku, look what Squall put in chat.
Oh lordy, what did Squall put in chat?
Y'all just now catching that?
Yeah, because I haven't had chat open for a while. Squall, you better hope I don't turn you into an NPC in Vecna and just kill you.
You wouldn't do that.
Or turn you into a zombie thrall for his army.
Okay,
That'll do. That'll
that you
do.
might.
That will be fun. When Potter dies, you'll end up being the replacement.
All right. Sorry, guys. I had a doggy emergency there for a second.
No worries.
No, that's all good.
So, all right.
Let's see. Sorry.
Was
Okay.
Gustav fighting with the dogs again?
Yes, indeed. Yeah, good old Gustav. All right. So So as we go on, it's morning time. So we'll go down to Gath and the chief and the base engineer. Um, so Gath, you get down to main engineering or base engineering, and which is a pretty impressive place. It's full of like machinery and vehicles and you name it. It's full of all kinds of stuff. And
If it wasn't for the fact that Gath has a monicum of professionalism as a military officer, he would be drooling.
fair enough. Yeah. There are all manner of vehicles here. There are land vehicles, there are air vehicles, there are water vehicles. Um, some very military, most of them actually military, some civilian looking ones. Um, but yeah, and this is a pretty huge place. So you're sort of wandering around. People are hustling and bustling. Uh, um, sorry, give me 1 second. Um, and then people are just wandering about. So what do you do?
Well, obviously, along the way here, I would have asked for directions, and I would tried to catch the attention of somebody as they're passing by. Say, "Excuse me,
Oh yes, absolutely. Someone will stop and go, "Yes, sir. What can I do for you?"
I'm looking for." I forget what was the name of the person I'm looking for.
Um, her name is. Hold on, that's what I'm looking up right now. I have it here. I just got to find it. Tess Aaron. That's her name. Commander Tess Aaron. It's Tessaeaeron. For those of you who want to know.
I'm looking for Commander Tesserin.
Yes, Commander Aaron is, and he points towards like an office area. It's not really an office area. It's more of like an open area with a desk and stuff.
All right.
And you do
Thank you.
see a sort of shorter. She's shorter, sort of robust. If hobbits existed here, it'd be she'd be sort of hobbit sized. It's
So
a little taller
size.
than hobbit size, but she's a short, stout woman. Looks like she could probably tear you in half.
So about Soot size, but slightly bigger and more intimidating.
Yeah, well, probably about twice the size of Soot, but yeah, super intimidating. She's like she's muscular and yeah. But she's like at her desk and she's just like looking over plans and blueprints and schematics and all sorts of things.
And I will head over towards her desk.
Okay.
And excuse me, Commander Tesserin, you were expecting me?
Ah, yes, Commander Gath, right? Alfredi, I believe.
Yes.
Perfect. And then she starts like sort of sifting through paper, and she finds your report, and she goes, "Oh, this is perfect."
And I have a copy of it with me as well.
Okay. And she'll say, this is a good list. This is really good. What we'll need to do is," and then she pulls out another sort of file, and she'll say, "I'll need you to go through this list and pick which of these vehicles you want to get rid of as well. We're going to need more space to place newer vehicles on board, and so these will have to go. So I'll need that report by end of day today."
Okay. So I need a further expanded list of vehicles to get
Yes,
rid of.
yes, and it's not really getting rid of. It's replacing. You know, we
Yeah.
like to.
So
Yeah.
the initial report I was supposed to file said 10 land and 7 submersibles. So what's the new numbers I need to do
You need to double
so I
those
can do it
numbers,
right?
basically. Not double them, but you're going to need to reduce your inventory to about 2 of each type. So you can decide which 2 of each that you want to keep. They can be any 2. If you wanted to keep 2, personal subs or you want to keep 2 combat subs, it's up to you. But we need to reduce at least everything to 2.
So if I'm understanding correctly, I have to remove a total of 36
Yes,
vehicles.
yes. Your choice, of course.
Oh, I can do that right now. And
Okay.
he literally keeps 2 of the armored reconnaissance subs and 2 of the armored personal transports.
Okay. And so she'll be like, okay, so she'll make the adjustments, and she'll be like, oh, that's perfect. That's all I needed.
Okay,
I appreciate.
efficiency.
Yes, indeed, we are very efficient here. So
Yeah. There are
I,
some people in my crew that fully don't understand that,
ugh, I don't understand people like that. And so yeah,
and
she's
they get
she
mad when they have to face the consequences of their actions.
yeah. Few people could learn that here, and I'd be much happier.
It's really bad when it's people that have been around long enough to know better.
Yeah, we have a few of those too. But we do our
Uh,
thing, and we keep everybody safe. So even the annoying ones.
yep.
So, well, I better get back to work. Efficiency doesn't do itself. So, and she turns back and starts working again. Then you see starts yelling at a crew and starts going towards her crew. Like, hey, that doesn't go there. That doesn't go there. That goes in Bay A. She starts like directing. I mean, she's really loud and really like commanding.
Okay, then once I'm done with that, I will find somebody and go and ask them, where can I get some chow?
Ah, yes, sir. If you go back through the main doors, and if you get down the hall, you'll find the main lift. Go in the main lift, and it's two levels down.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. And then it's right back to work they go.
First time being here.
Oh, absolutely. I understand. It can get a little confusing sometimes. And then they'll
So I'll make my way to the mess hall.
okay, cool. All right.
Because
Uh,
more than likely into lunchtime.
okay. So, all right. So, Katerina, you're down in the med bay,
Yes, sir.
which is massive. This is huge. There's nothing. I mean, the Wind Rider has nothing on this
I'm
place.
kind of lost, just looking around, like, wow.
There's a whole lot of personnel there. I mean, there's like doctors and nurses everywhere. People, sick folks. People, got like fevers and sicknesses of various types. But yeah, as you come in, someone, what looks maybe like a nurse, will ask if you need assistance.
I'm from the Wind Rider. I had been rehabbing my shoulder and wing, and I don't know if they sent our files over, but I was hoping I might be able to test the wings out today. but I didn't want to do that without getting the okay.
Let me check and see if we have your file.
Okay, thank you.
All right. She kind of
No
goes
rush. You look busy.
Oh no, this is normal for us. And she goes over to her station and starts flipping through files. And then she pulls a purple file out and opens it and is reading it as she walks to you. And she'll say, yes, I have your file here. You'll need to see Dr. Corin. And she goes, that's him right over there. And she points to him.
Okay.
And he can check that out and either clear you or not clear you.
Okay. Do I need to give him that file?
No, I'll get it to him.
Oh, okay.
She's gonna walk with you over there.
Okay.
It's like, so she'll walk you over and she'll say, Dr. Corin, this is Katerina, and this is her file, and she's here to do a follow up. And then she'll walk off, and he'll go, okay, let's see what we've got here. Hop up on the table, please.
Okay.
And he'll say, so this was a shot in the wing, correct? And she goes
Yes,
back to look, and he's sort of looking, and he's sort of like, testing the area. He's like, does that hurt? Obviously you feel that. Does it hurt when I push there? And he's sort of pushing like around the wound, not pushing hard, but sort of to see if it's tender still.
Mm-hmm.
And you can do a roll for me. You can do was it a medicine roll? I think it is.
Okay. Let me
See if it's still tender.
level 2.
Okay. So it's still tender. Yeah. So when he pushes, he's like, does that hurt or is that uncomfortable? I mean, it's like, yeah, that's still kind of tender. And he's gonna say, okay, so I'm gonna suggest that you probably stay off of it for another day. And
Yes,
he's
sir.
gonna give you a shot to help the healing. So he goes over, he gets his sort of injection tool, and he just sort of injects right at the edge of the wound, and which will cause it to. It's sort of think of it more of like a nerve blocker, basically, but
Right.
it's just sort of to ease that tenderness so that it'll help heal it. And he'll say, I'd say give it another day before you start trying to like fly. He'll say, and when you do start to fly, I would probably stay, just sort of hover first, and then like for a few minutes, and then land, and then kind of see how it feels, and kind of take it from there.
So can I just try it on my own tomorrow, or do I need to come back?
No, you can try it on your own tomorrow. Like I said, just don't try to fly all the way up, just in case.
Gotcha.
So just keep yourself maybe a few feet above the ground, and keep it limited, and then
Yes.
land, and then see how it feels.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And then he goes on to do what he's doing.
Okay. Then I'm going to go back to my quarters and change into a new uniform.
Okay. Yeah. Like maybe shower. I don't know.
Yeah. Get cleaned up.
Okay. Okay. So, you have reported to the mess hall. I'm assuming on time, or did you not to get there on time?
Let's roll for 50-50.
Okay.
I'll let you call it, Will.
Okay. Why don't we say? What are you going to roll?
D4.
D4. Okay. So odds you did, evens you didn't.
Okay. Odds. So yeah, I guess I did.
Okay. You got there on time. So as you walk into the mess hall, you see you see the commander standing there, and like almost like in like true military stance,
Yeah.
just like watching her watch, waiting for you to walk through the door.
Yeah,
Now
and I'll walk in.
roll me another d4.
Yeah. That is a 1.
Okay, so good. So you're literally early.
Okay.
So you got there early. So she's like, huh. So it's good to see you can be here early. That's good. I see you've learned something in the last half hour.
I'm just standing there, not even saying a word.
Good. Oh, you learned another thing. He can be taught.
With that comment, going like, no, I am just too tired.
No, I am just too tired. What?
Commander. That's exactly how he says it. It's like literally through his teeth.
It's okay. All right. Get you some chow. And then we have to be at a meeting.
All right. I'll go through the line.
Yep.
And get whatever's there.
It's like full on, it's like a buffet. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff you can have.
Okay.
Right. Yeah.
So, question on that point, because most mess halls are kind of like that anyway. But is this like Navy quality, Army quality, Air Force quality?
This is good quality.
Air Force, got it.
Yes,
No, I've been in the Air Force mess hall.
This is
my
like
jersey
nice.
and went to Pope Army Airfield.
Yeah, this is like nice. The food is really good. It smells amazing. It tastes amazing.
Oh yeah, it's Air Force quality then, because Air Force got some good cooks.
Yeah, that's fair. That's very fair. So, all right, and then of course you sit down. And of course, the Commander Voss sits down right across from you.
Oh, great. I'm just gonna keep my head down, just chow. I'm just gonna try and ignore as best I can.
And she's just sitting there with her arms crossed, just watching you. Like almost like a statue. Doesn't move. Almost, it doesn't even look like she's breathing. It's like almost like she
I'm
doesn't
gonna act like she's
blink.
not even there.
Yeah, and she's just like watching you. Let's see who else comes into the mess hall. So Gath, you come into the mess hall, and you'll see A and someone you've not met yet. Someone's sitting there across from him, staring at him while he's eating. And Kedrick, you'll also come into the. You were going to the mess hall too, right? I can't remember where you said you were going afterwards. I'm sorry.
I was headed to the ship just to grab anything I might need, and then probably go into mess hall.
Oh, okay. You were going to go to the Windrider?
Yeah, because it's going to be off limits soon.
It's already off limits.
Oh yeah,
you're not going to get there.
Great, awesome, wonderful.
That's also where I was gonna head after I got showered and changed.
You're welcome to try, but you're not going to get on that ship.
No, that's all it is. That's all it is.
Oh,
That's why
You will, however, if you go to your quarters, you will find all of your stuff there.
Mm.
So they've removed all of your stuff from the Windrider and put it in your quarters.
Cool.
So yes. So as you go to try to get to the Windrider, you will. Well, one, the Windrider is not where you left it. They have moved it to a special hangar. That you don't know where it's at.
All right. Well, I guess they moved it already off to the. I guess off to mess hall I go.
Okay. All right. So, Kedrick, you'll walk into the mess hall, and of course, you'll see Gath there, and A there, and of course, Commander Voss is there. and various other crew members are there as well.
Mm-hmm.
And
That there's somebody watching Aid like a hawk.
Yep.
Gath will approach and say, Lieutenant Commander Aid, what did you do this time?
what did you do this time?
Oh, A's not even responding to Gath either.
Yeah.
Nah.
And the officer sitting across from him will turn and look at you, Gath, and go, "Ah, Commander Gath Alfredi," and she'll extend her hand to shake your hand. "I am Commander Elara Voss, the new executive officer for your crew."
He'll return the handshake. Oh, okay.
And of
For a
course, you
second
already
there, I
know.
thought the troublemaker got in trouble.
No, he's not in trouble. And as long
Yeah.
as I'm here, I'm going to make sure he doesn't get into trouble.
Then I would suggest not letting him go anywhere alone.
Why do you think I'm sitting across from him?
Oh no, when Laura makes a comment about make sure I don't get in trouble, under my breath, like as quietly as I can say it while still saying it out loud, and be like, "Good luck with that."
Good luck with that. Okay, I'm just gonna go with the fact that she didn't hear it, so that'll add some funness to that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then Katarina,
What
you
kind of
go
role
and
would it
change.
be
Oh, go ahead.
What kind of role would it be to hear that?
Probably an intelligence roll. Unless you were are you trying to be stealthy with that? So you could roll a guile. It could be a competition.
Yeah, I was saying I was trying to say as under my breath as possible.
Crow, go ahead and roll. You can roll guile, and Gath, you can roll intelligence.
I'm trying to remember what my intelligence is.
So a 6, A rolled a 6.
Ah. And it's is it a D4 or D6 for level 4?
No, I just click on level 4 and just hit roll because you should have a level 4 option.
Okay.
And a 6 meets it, beats it.
Yep.
So, Gath, you hear that under his breath.
Ed, testing my patience since we know each other because we went to the academy together is one thing. I'm getting the sneaking feeling that crossing this woman would be a big mistake.
He's just A's just going to ignore Gath still as he
Okay.
keeps eating.
That's fine. Okay. As he just continues to chow. Okay. So as you, Katerina, so you go and get your new uniform on. What do you do? What do you do next?
I'll go to the mess hall after I shower and change.
Okay. So as you enter the mess hall, you will see, of course, you'll see Kedrick there, sitting at a table with some top brass. Looks like the base commander's there. The head of the Fossen military is there. And a few of the other commanders sitting at the sort of executive dining table, I guess if that's what you want to call it. But and then you'll see Gath standing over where A is and Commander Voss.
So I will get some fruit or something.
Okay.
And I
20.
will go to that table.
Which table?
The table where Gath and A and
Okay. And Voss are.
yes.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Commanders, Lieutenant Commander, is this a private meal?
So Commander Voss will be like, no, there's no private anything. The seat, if you want it, it's yours.
Thank you. And I'll sit down.
Yeah. And then, then you'll begin to eat and share a meal over at the officers' table. There's talk of, so Kedek, you'll hear them sort of discussing how there's a lot of sort of dissension amongst nations. There's some nations that have become very outspoken about some things. There have been some skirmishes. There have been some other things that seem very sort of disconcerting. Of course, they're like, "Oh, we'll discuss more of this, in the briefing," but it's getting pretty hairy out there.
So, when did this all start?
And the base commander will say, our recent intelligence, or intelligence in general, it's been brewing for a little while. And I'm gonna go, and it's been sort of, we've heard a lot of sort of some murmurs coming out of Kordesh and the holy state of Kareth that are very vocal against a lot of the technologies that are being produced, especially one in particular, which we'll discuss in the briefing. And we'll discuss how the importance of that. These two island nations, they're all part of the same sort of the Alharian Federation nations. They're just waiting for the Barham Free State to join in, because they tend to join in whenever Kareth gets involved. And there's been a few attacks, and I'm going to use that term very loosely, on some Fossin outposts that the Kordeshians have taken, or not the Kordeshians themselves, but a faction from Kordesh has taken sort of credit for.
Okay.
I mean, there was an attack in Hempstead recently.
Okay.
And there was an attack in Stormhaunt as well. Luckily, they were all minor. No major damage was. It was damage, but no major deaths. It seemed like the targets were basically abandoned outposts, or outposts that had very few people in them. So injuries were minimum, but that's still a concern. We haven't had any attacks on Boston's soil yet, but it feels like they're gearing up for something.
Gotcha. Okay.
And then that's where you and your crew will come in to play.
All right. Sounds like quite the interesting time.
Well, it's the world we live in currently.
Yep. Yes, it is. It's interesting though, because I also kind of grew up in an area that was pretty low tech.
Also, we have a hydrate before you dihydrate. Everybody.
So
Thank you.
I can kind of understand why there might be some fear around it, but interesting. All right.
And I'm gonna bring up the Aryan map so people can kind of see where we're talking about right there. You can see there in the center there is Cordesh and the holy state of Kareth and Barum Free State. The head of the Fossa military will say, as you guys are talking, he'll go, Commander, or yeah, Commandant. Go, and he's looking at the base commandant, and he'll look at him. And he'll go, tell him, and the commandant will go, there was also an attack in Azmarin, and which I believe is where Carrick's from.
Yeah.
It was again minimal damage. Well, a lot of damage done, but there was very few casualties, but there were some, and that seems to be they seem to be targeting allied nation states.
Mm-hmm.
So, and the head of the military will say, just so you know, your family is safe.
Okay, good. Thank you.
They didn't. The attack happened north of your village or your town,
Okay.
at a Fossin installation, or at
Okay.
a Asmarin installation, but obviously it was put there by the Fossin kingdom of Fossa. So,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And they will say that Fossin's forces have been sent to all these places, and all the other outposts have been doubled up and things of that nature. But and they'll talk about how the attacks are random. There's no pattern to them, other than they are outposts. But a lot of the outposts are, like I said, either low population or like very like minimal, like maybe like a staff of like 12. They haven't hit any major installations.
Okay.
But I just there, and the head of the military is like, it's what I didn't want to tell you that to alarm you, but I want to tell you that to let you know that this is like the stakes are high here.
Yeah, clearly. Okay.
So,
Right.
so at this point, they'll get up and they'll go, we'll see you in 2 hours for your debrief.
Sounds good.
So if you want to hang out with your crew and that sort of thing, you are welcome to do so. And we will call you to the main conference room when we're ready.
Sounds good. Thank you.
And they get up and kind of go.
All right.
After he has gotten his food and has seen them leave, Gath will approach Carrick. Is everything okay, sir?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, everything is okay. Just got a little bit of a preview to what we have going on. And it's some big stuff coming up, but you'll learn more when we have our meeting. And
Oh, there's a meeting?
Well, there will be, yes.
yeah. Did my number one get to everybody yet and
Not
tell
yet.
them?
Well,
Okay.
no, not at this moment.
Okay.
She'll be getting to everyone like here in a minute, though. Now that
Oh,
everybody's
okay.
in one place,
uh,
that's
yeah. We got a meeting after lunch. Apparently, I got to you before.
Yep.
Okay. Cool. Awesome.
way to let the cat out of the bag there, Carrick.
I thought they were already told.
Nope. She was literally waiting for them all to come to the mess hall so she could tell them all.
Cool. Great.
That's okay. So she will tell everybody of the debrief in 2 hours. So everyone now knows that there's a debrief in 2 hours. That they must be in the grand conference hall in 2 hours. Do not be late. As she looks at A.
I'm assuming she's introduced herself to us that have not met her. Yeah.
Yes, she's introduced herself to everyone. And is very, very much like, don't be late. As again, she
Will
looks
we
at
get
A.
in trouble if we show up early?
Yes, early is, on time is late. Early is better. Early is on time. On time is late.
Yes, sir.
So, you're not late. What is it? If you're late, it's not worth showing up at all.
Yeah, that would be a bad idea, but yeah.
That would be a very bad idea, but
yes.
If you're late, show yourself to the room.
And she basically will be like, "You're all dismissed in 2 hours. Meet at the grand conference hall," and then she will get up, and she will about face and exit the mess hall. All right. So what are you guys going to do for 2 hours?
When she leaves, Gath will turn to Captain Carrick and go, I'm going to like some of these new people. And he looks at Voss, especially her.
I'm very glad that you are.
And so while you guys are
You'll
sort of
be
finished,
her headache.
while you guys are finishing your meal, Kedrick, you'll get a report from the base commander showing you your again, this is the new crew list. Like, these are the new crew members. This is also the promotions and reassignments.
Apologies real fast. I was just dancing along to someone's washer or dryer finishing.
Oh, that was mine. Yeah.
I heard it in the background. I'm like, I know that jingle. Sorry.
Yeah. Because I'm literally like, my washroom is literally right there. So,
I'm being a jerk. Sorry.
I don't know. It's fine. It does. It plays its little tune. But yeah, so you'll get a report from the base commander of the pool, your crew list. There are some promotions. There's some reassignments. Like your nurse is now your chief medical officer. As you look down the list, and she will actually have been promoted as well. So she'll be let me see where she's actually now a lieutenant commander. So Lieutenant Commander Ferris is your new chief medical officer. You will see also, of course, your first officer is there, who's a commander, of course, but you'll see your new pilot, which is, did I say Thaldrin is your new pilot. Lieutenant Saldrin Corv is your new pilot. He's basically taking over Archibald's position.
Okay.
And you will also see Lieutenant Varian Blackthorn is the new chief medical nurse. And you'll also see as you're going through, and it's a lot of other new people, a lot of the same people.
Mm-hmm.
You'll see Adder's name on there, and he has been promoted from lieutenant to chief.
Hey!
Yay!
He's going to be made chief over weaponry,
mm-hmm.
and defense. He'll now be right under whoever your new armory person is, and report to your security chief. And he'll be replaced down in the mechanics bay by someone new, as well. But yeah, and also you'll notice that that Lieutenant Commander Soot has been reassigned. He is now going to be over weapons development. He will also be under your new armory commander.
Oh boy! Oh boy!
So, yeah.
And y'all thought I was going to do scary shit.
So A is still your chief engineer.
Mm-hmm.
And Katarina is still your security officer. Gath is still over transportation. But now also Gath has also the air vehicles, land vehicles, and sea vehicles are under his jurisdiction.
Ooh, nice.
So who's listed as the armory? Who's listed as the armory officer?
It's vacant at the moment.
Yep. Sharp rocks at the bottom.
Most likely.
Bring it on.
So, yeah. So that's your crew list, and I'll have to get the new list typed up for everybody. But yeah.
Okay.
All right. So you guys have 2 hours. What are your characters doing in those 2 hours? We can just go one by one. Like, so Gath, what is Gath doing in these 2 hours?
He's gonna take about an hour to familiarize himself with how he needs how to get from here to his quarters and to other places, so that way he won't get lost. And then he will be at the location for the meeting precisely 30 minutes early.
Okay, cool. All right, Katarina.
Depends on where Carrick's going.
All right, Carrick.
I think Kedek, given the time that he has, he's probably going to go on a short walk or hike around the area, kind of to clear his mind after being worried about his family, but also just to get some fresh air. Last bit of calm before the chaos happens.
Okay, that's fair.
And she's gonna give him space. She's just gonna follow at a distance.
I need Katarina. I need you to roll me a d4. Odds mean something. Evens mean something.
Hang on, where's my dice roll? Right there. Sorry. D4.
Yep. A 4? So it was 4. Okay. So as Kedrick and you are sort of heading towards the outside, you'll hear over the base intercom, Katarina to report to Central Security immediately.
Oh. Be careful out there, Captain.
I will. Wonder what that's all about.
I guess we'll find out when you get there.
All right. That's where I'm heading.
Okay, cool. Hey, what are you doing in these 2 hours?
Probably going to head to the fitness center and just spar with whoever I can.
Okay, yeah. When you go to the fitness center, the gymnasium, basically, it's a pretty. This place is huge. It's like a full-on gymnasium full of weights and various sporting areas, like racquetball and a track that you can run around, and then of course there are sparring. Of course, the sparring chambers or rooms that you can go in. And there's like a sign up. You can like put your name on the thing, and then someone when they come in, they'll go, "Oh, here, I'll spar with you." So
yeah, that's what I'll do, and I'll just start limbering up for whenever I get a partner.
Joke's on you. It's going to be Commander Boss.
I know, right? Oh, that would be. I don't know. Maybe we'll see. That would be brilliant, actually. So, but we'll wait. We'll see. All right, cool. So, as everyone, I think that's everybody, right? Yeah. So, as everybody's sort of like doing their thing. So, Katarina, you come to the main security office, and there you will meet the base security officer, which is Commander Merriweather, and she is sort of sitting behind her desk, and she's got these files in front of her. And she sees you walk in. She goes, Lieutenant Commander, here, please have a seat.
Thank you, Commander.
And then she will slide about 6 sort of files towards you. And she'll say, this is your security, your primary security team when you get back aboard your ship. These people have been vetted and trained and are the perfect military, basically the perfect soldiers.
Excellent.
They'll do exactly as you tell them, exactly what you tell them.
Very good.
So you're welcome to take these files, read through them, and actually she's going to give you about 12 of them, actually 12 files.
Okay.
And you get to pick 6 of them. So, and I'll get you a list of like names and things of that nature, and you can choose who you want on your security. So she'll say, so take these 12, and I'll need to know your choices by end of day.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. You're dismissed.
Thank you. Commander.
She'll go back to what she was doing, and then out you go. Cool. Kedek, so you're out walking around. Okay.
Yep.
Most of the terrain around the station is jungle. It's not crazy jungle. I mean, there are actual walk paths that have been created, so you can actually like safely walk through the jungle.
Yeah. Okay.
So I mean, there are high fences and things of that to keep like wild animals out of the walk areas. But there are several. So let's see. Roll a. What are you wanting? Before I make you roll something, like what kind of walk are you wanting? Like an easy walk, or you want a little challenging, or do you want really challenging?
Probably just an easy walk. He's just
Okay. So
enjoying the fresh air and
okay,
yeah.
cool. So we'll say you'll take the southern trail. The southern trail walks through the jungle a little bit and then opens up to the beach.
Okay.
And the beach here, the sand is blue. It's like a sapphire blue. Because of the mineral composition of the island itself and the volcanicness of it. But the sand is like a beautiful sapphire blue, which sort of complements the sort of beautiful green of the ocean. And yeah, so you just sort of walk along the beach, gather your thoughts.
Dip my toes in the ocean.
Yeah. You can take a dip if you want. I mean, the water, even though you're in the southern seas, the water is actually kind of warm because of the geothermics.
I don't think Kedek's necessarily going to take a dip, but he's definitely going to walk on the waterline to feel it. At least he takes off his shoes and he's like walking down the waterline, feeling the water against his feet.
Yep. So the sand is super fine. It's super soft. It'd be like walking on snow. It is, and then the water, as the water washes up onto his feet, it's not hot. It's super comfortable warm.
Okay.
Like if you were taking a warm bath, it's that sort of warmth.
Okay. Cool.
And you can roll me an intelligence check and let's see what you see.
Intelligence check. All right. And what is my intelligence at? Let me double check. And my intelligence is 2. All right. Here we go.
Okay. 3. So as you're walking along the beach, you out in the sort of bay area, the harbor there, you can see what look like whales, a pod of whales, sort of breaking the surface, sort of coming in and out of the harbor. You can hear the sort of animals in the trees. It's not annoying sounds. It's actually very relaxing, sort of calming. Like nature is just these beautiful nature noises, and the sound of the waves crashing onto the shore. And so you're able to sort of walk around and just sort of clear your mind.
Yeah, that's really what my goal was, just to clear my mind of everything. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you're out sort of wandering, just sort of getting yourself where you need to be. You're sparring, and it's not Commander Voss that you're sparring with. That'll be later.
Yeah, I'm about to say, I knew you wouldn't be that mean.
Yeah, that'll be later. Because she's got too many official things to do right now. But several folks will come in and spar with you. You for the most part, I'm going to say you get the best of most of them. Maybe one or two of them might get the best of you, but for the most part, you're pulling yourself pretty well. So you're making some new connections and new friends. As you're sort of talking to people as they're talking to you. I say friends, more like acquaintances, but still.
Yeah, I was gonna say friends don't sound right. Not for A.
Yeah, no, it's more of like acquaintances. And so you're in there. I'm assuming you stay there almost the whole 2 hours, just enough to get yourself where you can go get showered and changed.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, cool. All right, so we get to time for the meeting. So Gath, you're already there. You've been there for 30 minutes. When does everybody else get there?
I got there about 15 minutes early.
Okay, so you walk in and you see Gath there already sitting at the table. Commander
Gath
Voss
would be
is also
sitting at
there.
the table. Gath would be standing.
Okay, that's fine. Or standing in the room. Commander Voss will be sitting at the table going through her files. There's a couple of other sort of folks in there as well. Base officers. All right, what about A?
I mean,
does he get there early?
Let's test the luck again.
All right. Odds you do, evens you don't.
Yeah, sure.
Or evens you get there right at time.
Well, then
you get there right at time. I like to think he's like standing outside the door, like waiting, like it's like, and go.
It's like I end up getting there like a few minutes early. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna just sit here. I'll just stare at my watch every now and then, go like,
I love it.
Okay, now we can walk in.
Now we'll walk in. I love that. Okay, cool. And then Kedrick?
I will probably be one of the last to arrive on time.
Okay. Yeah, because Soot will get in there right on time as well.
Mm-hmm.
And Gustav.
Yep.
All right. So as you guys all come into the main conference room, then the base commandant comes in, and of course you see like Commander Voss stands up immediately, and looks at anyone still sitting, like stand
Which
up.
is why
I stood up when the captain came in and stayed
That's
standing.
Fair. Okay. And the commander would have as well, and then sat when he sat, because his seat would have been right next to her, because there are like like little name plates around the table. You all have one too. There's a nameplate for all of you. The base commandant will come in, followed by the head of the military. He'll take the head spot. The commandant will sit to his right. The head of the military will say, "You may all be seated." And as soon as everyone sits, he will then begin to go into basically what he told Kedrick at lunch. He will go into the seriousness of these attacks. They're happening randomly. There's no true like rhyme or reason to them. They're mostly attacking like small outposts. The one that had the most people was the one in Armarin. That was not necessarily the largest, but the most populated one. Talks about Kodesh and the Free State. Let me go back to the map, so I speak properly. So Kodesh, Kareth, and the Barum Free State. He talks about how the Barum Free State hasn't joined this coalition yet, but probably will, because they usually tend to go wherever the Kareth goes. They'll say that, and then they're going to pass a file around And in this file is sort of a breakdown of everything they know, um, everything they know about the terrorists, basically. It'll talk about a group known as the Broken Chain, um, and how they have a leader by the name of Declan Drake, um, who is basically an explosive expert. He's a saboteur. He's very much very proficient in what he does. And so far, the casualties have been minimum. Mostly, their result in like sort of after the attack happens, and then the injuries happen in the aftermath, basically. So like the explosions themselves haven't been killing people or injuring people, just the chaos has. And so he's very much like so far, but we feel that they're going to start hitting bigger targets soon. I think they're just testing their abilities at this point. Intelligence is limited because we have no footholds in sort of the Alharian Federation nations. We have no ambassadors there. We have nothing. We don't know much. We only get what we get from ships coming and going. We hear a little bit here, hear a little bit there, but we don't know much other than these attacks are happening. And that's where you all come in. You will be going undercover and infiltrating, you must find out what their targets are, who is their informants, because they're getting their information from somewhere. You must basically, you're going to become spies. You will, at this point, from this moment on, you will lose all rank, as in display. You will not wear a uniform any longer. You will wear civilian clothes. You will also no longer refer to each other by your ranks. You still have all of that in place because that's just how it runs. But you are, at this point, you are a civilian entity under military guidance, basically.
So he's gonna have like a very sly like smirk happen right when he says don't have to call each other by rank as a commander,
right? And you can see that she's very uncomfortable with that. And when she says that you no longer will wear uniform, she very much is like touching her uniform. It's like, oh gosh. And then he'll look at Captain Kerrick and he'll say, we expect a high level of organization on your ship because that's the only way that you're going to be successful, is if you still need to run your ship like your ship. It's just that now you're going to be sort of a civilian captain, quote unquote. And as he's talking, he goes, now to bring you to the main part of this meeting. This is a completely classified. It does not go anywhere beyond this group. And he pulls out these red file folders and he passes them out to everybody. And he goes, this is Project Moonshot. And he goes and he proceeds to discuss and talk about a top secret, basically rocket that is being constructed, and it will be launched at a determined time in the future, and will take a crew to the mother planet to investigate. And it is a venture. It's a joint venture by all the ally nations, and this is the thing that the sort of Axis powers are wanting to stop. They don't know where it's at this point, so they believe that's why they're attacking all of these random outposts, hoping that they get lucky, basically. The location is undisclosed, even in your files. It's undisclosed. It's like redacted, basically. Parts of the ship are being built in random places around the world. And so it is our job, or your job rather, to find out who's behind the attacks officially, find out where they're going to attack next, and stop them at all costs. And then he literally gets serious for a second, and he looks at everybody and he goes, "No matter what you have to do, you have to stop it." And then he will sort of turn it over to Captain Carrick at this point, if he wants to just say anything to the group or to his crew, basically.
I'll just say, thank you for the briefing. This is going to be a tough mission, I know, just with everything going on. But we can't let anyone else get hurt. There's a reason why I trust all of you. Yeah. I think we're going to do great on this. But get some sleep. Get ready for a new adventure.
Questions?
Yes, Katarina.
If I may. I mean, the Wind Rider is very high tech that could only come from one place. How will that be disguised or not give away our mission?
Very good question. If you will, that is a very good question, because yes, you are correct. The Wind Rider is very recognizable. It's very high tech. It's very, like, obviously not a civilian vessel. So, and they go, if you'll turn your attention this way, and there's this, right at the end of the room, there's like this gigantic window. And they're like, and he hits a button and the window slowly starts to rise, and he says, "Let me introduce you to your new ship, the Starbreaker." So you now have...
We got party ship!
I'm not laughing out loud. I'm just laughing at the just think.
Yeah, so this is the Starbreaker, and it is a civilian-looking vessel, but has all of the technology that the Wind Rider has, but disguised as sort of common weaponry, common defense, that sort of thing. It's not as big as the Wind Rider. It's probably about half the size, but it is... Basically, you are going to be pirates. Because and he'll go on to discuss how the pirates have sort of sided with this faction. So it's going to be up to you to make a name for yourselves and get into the faction.
Understood.
by pirating?
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Non-lethally,
So
but pirating.
which pirate groups are we going to be dealing with?
All of them. Because none of them
Does that
have,
include?
as far as we know, none of them didn't have said they weren't going to help.
Okay. Uh, does that include? And then Gath will include the one that tried to steal the Wind Rider.
Oh, the Iron Fists. Oh yeah, them.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. They were probably one of the first ones to sign on. A lot
So
of
we'll have to
the
be
now,
careful.
yes, a lot of the sort of independent mercantile groups did not sign on. So you're going to have to be very, very aware of who you are pirating. Um, the commandant, the base commandant, will be like he'll pass out another file folder to everyone, and he'll say this is a list of the other pirating companies that you are welcome to, like, pirate. He's like, I would pirate other pirates and make a name for yourself, so that you can keep your, so you're not attacking like civilian vessels or anything of that nature. Or if you do, it'll be staged. They'll have a few that you can attack, quote unquote, Fossin vessels that can actually be like pillaged and destroyed, so that you can truly make a name for yourselves. It'll all be staged. There'll be nobody on them, and you'll be able to take like basically plunder from them and then destroy them. You'll make a reputation that you need to have a reputation that is basically you take no prisoners. You have to become the most vicious pirates in the skies. It's the only way you're going to get in.
You know, if I may make a suggestion or a request, I think we'll need Chief Adder for this.
Oh, he's on your crew. Oh yeah,
Oh, right.
he's on your crew. You'll have the new crew will be on board.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
I think we should avoid the pirates that may recognize us unless we decide to make a name for ourselves at their expense. We've already blown up one of their ships.
And they'll say that's completely up to you, and I'll let your captain sort of lead that discussion. But this is your new ship, and it will be ready within a few days. So you prepare yourselves. Like I said, you take nothing on board that will say who you really are. Leave all non-essential things behind. We will provide you with civilian wear, sort of pirate wear, which you will find in your quarters on the Starbreaker, already in place.
Hey, A.
Yeah.
I think this leg needs a paint job to look more wooden.
You can just see his eye twitch as you tell him to paint over his work.
You see on Kedek's face, like the events of the past, however, kind of hardened him. But as soon as he's told that he gets to play pirate, you see that kid light up back inside his eyes. So you can see that he's almost like he's holding it back, but he's bouncing in his seat right now.
Yeah, again, his eye is still twitching, so like as you're telling him to essentially deface his work.
You can make a temporary paint just enough to get us through this mission.
You're going to be wearing pants that'll cover it up.
Maybe
Unless you
not.
plan on going pantsless.
Shorts.
And the leg doesn't even look that fancy, much to my genius and dismay.
Yeah, but keep in mind, given the technology that you might have used in this, that it might be something that gives it away.
Not unless you break it open. Or use the quote-unquote tow cable.
We're going to need a really good armory officer.
Are you trying to hint? Is that what you're trying to do? Trying to hint?
Yes.
Yeah. So, all right. So they'll say, the commandant and the head of the military, they'll exit and they'll leave you guys to yourselves. Everybody else will exit the room except for you and your senior officers. So now you guys can talk freely now, basically.
So security is going to have to be tight. No security breaches looking at A. You know?
I don't know, A's still sitting there with the eye twitch, because again, the fact that he has to change his work.
You will also they will have told you, and I didn't say it out loud, but they will have told you that you guys will have access to the ship like tomorrow. So you'll be able to go on board the Starbreaker and kind of look at everything and kind of become familiar with it. It's going to be a lot of the same sort of controls, quote unquote, but it will look so if you have another pirate person on board for whatever reason, they will see it and they'll see that it looks like a pirate ship, not a Fossen military vessel. They've made everything very, very like authentic looking. I mean, down to like the chips in the wood from bullets and things like that.
They have a crow's nest up above.
They do. Yep.
I love that.
Yep. So, yeah. So that's what you guys. So you guys will actually be able to get on board here in like the next day, and kind of look around and familiarize yourself with everything. But at this point, they will come and collect all of your uniforms.
Aw.
Yep.
I don't think Katerina has ever not had a uniform.
Yeah. So if you guys, so when you guys go back to your quarters, you will find all new clothes, and they've taken all of your uniforms, and they will have there'll be someone there at the doors at your quarters, to tell you that they're there to collect your last uniform, which is the one you have on, and that from this point on you'll need to dress in the civilian clothes provided. So is each of you gonna go to your quarters, and you go in, and the officer is there to take your uniform when you're done with it. Like Kedek, you would literally, it's like full on pirate captain garb. I mean, the hat, the big the cuffed sleeves, the cutlass. I mean, the bucket top boots. I mean, the whole. Actually, the great thing is, now you have a peg leg, so you can literally, if you want, you could actually have a pirate peg leg that is also mechanized um, to do some things. So you're full on like pirate captain. Everyone else will be sort of like that very very stereotypical pirate gear. Um, you guys can decide what that looks like for your character. And next session we'll talk about it. But yeah, so when you guys get to your quarters, that's it. You'll also have like handguns. You'll have like a flintlock style gun. Everything's very piratey. You'll have weapons on you at all times. You'll all have a cutlass. You'll all have a firearm. Um, some of you may have daggers, that sort of thing.
Oh, I will be armed to the teeth.
Yeah. So I mean, you will all have that sort of thing, include like even like Gath and Adder, and I mean the whole crew will have sort of that, and everybody will look very piratey. So you guys get to decide what that's going to look like for your character next session, as you introduce your pirate personas. Because that's the other thing you've got to do is you got to come up with a pirate name for your characters. Because you got to have a persona out there, and you got to come up with a team name as well.
Now I get to play pirate in 2 games.
Yes. And you got to come up with a cool, like, badass pirate group name that strikes fear. Yes. Yeah. So real quick, let's go around and that's kind of where we're going to stop tonight. I want to go around real quick and let everybody kind of tell us where their character's mindset is at this point. So we'll start with Gath. So just about, where's your character at mentally? Silence, so funny. So its knee highs are just someone's normal boots. Oh, and Gustav will be there as well. He'll be there. So Pirate Gustav, this will be fun. So okay, so I guess we'll wait. Maybe AFK. Let's go with A then. Where's A at mentally at this point?
Mentally, kind of couple different places. One is haha to Alara, since they'll have to refer to her as Commander. He's definitely going to be rubbing that in. But there is still like
still first mate.
Oh, I know.
Yeah. She's still your boss.
Oh yeah, no, he knows that ain't going to change. But the fact that she was so adamant about the whole like, oh, what was that? Until I said Commander type deal.
Right. That's fair. That's very fair.
The other part, A still does have like, it doesn't show, but it's definitely going through his head. Like there's a tinge of worry just because where Stormhorn was attacked. Because even though he doesn't really have any like known family still there, there's still those he still like worries about.
Yeah, because they're right there. Like they could be the next target.
Yeah, and then also, Will, I beat to the punch on that. I literally just saw your message. Cool. I was like, that was the first
awesome.
one I looked at. But yeah, that's kind of where A's at there.
Okay.
And then when it comes to where you can find me on Twitch and TikTok under the Celtic Wyvern King. You can find me every Monday here for either Windrise of Aria or Orlea Origins, where the dice typically fuck me over. Today was a good day. It was my technology, mainly alchemy. That was fucking me over.
I know.
This Wednesday, you can find me on my channel for my Theros 5e campaign. We got that going on there, and that's on my own channel. not this Thursday, but next Thursday. You can find me back here for Reign of Vecna, where I can play Meek, the Reborn Goliath Redemption Paladin.
No, it's this Thursday.
It is this Thursday?
We switched it to this Thursday.
That's right. That's right. Will only said we weren't switching these ones because the whole Your Other Monday game. That's right. The Thursday one is still.
And we can't next Thursday anyway because of Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Okay, I work retail. This month is terrible for me keeping track of dates. Okay.
Right, that's fair. That is.
But this Thursday you can find me for that. Friday you can find me on my own channel for my Stargate 5e campaign, where my party just came back from dealing with replicators with very limited resources.
Awesome.
Yeah, except for Nick, because his character missed out on meeting an Asgard.
Oh.
The person whose planet was always protected by the Asgard, he didn't get to meet them.
Oh, that sucks.
Oh, no, I can't wait for how he's going to roleplay this.
That's funny.
That's the only reason I did that to him, because I know he's gonna have an awesome time role playing that interaction. Opposite Fridays though, you can find me on Dinner and a Game for Walking Dead Jazz Funeral. Hopefully that'll be this upcoming Friday. There's been a lot of IRL stuff going on where we keep delaying that last session of the current season. And then again, hopefully in the new year, because again, waiting for a player to get out to finish the campaign they're currently in, we'll be starting a Surge campaign on the opposite Wednesdays of my Theros campaign. And then I'll let Will go more detail on this part, but also keep your ears out. We are doing a crossover event between my Stargate game and Will's Orlea game. It's going to be really fun.
It's going to be fun. So excited. All right. Let's go, Katarina.
Hey, I'm Lisa, D&D Winterwolf on TikTok and Discord. You can find me here every Monday night on either Wind Riders of Aria or Leia Origins. Also every Wednesday on Halfling Wizards channel for the Liminal Blink. And then every other Friday for Celtic's Stargate campaign. Katarina is concerned about all the fighting that is going to happen and being prepared for it. So she's thinking she's got a lot of work to do.
That is fair. I mean, that really is fair. Because there will be a lot of fighting happening.
Yep.
All right. Slayer, are you back? I don't know if he's back or not. If you're there, we can't hear you. Okay, I'll go on to Riku.
Yes. Hello, everyone. So tonight I played Kedek, Captain Kedek, soon to be Pirate Captain Kedek, or whatever name I decide to be on. You can find me on social media as Pup Riku or Puppy Riku. You can find me on Vibe Tribe Productions on opposite Mondays for Gaia Chronicles, where I play a giant chronologist wizard, which has been a lot of fun. Apparently, we're up to a boss fight, so I'm excited for that. You can find me actually this Saturday for Queers, where I'm playing a different type of pirate. A freedom-loving pirate, which is going to be a lot of fun. And we're finally getting started for that campaign. Love you, Will. So I'm super excited for that. So make sure to tune in this Saturday for that. And then also this Saturday, since we had to reschedule, we will be doing my Reign of Vecna campaign, where Slayer's character just found a sentient weapon. Who is it? What is it? And what are they going to find out? Plus, what's the next part of their mission? So, yeah. For Kedek, he's trying to hold it together because he knows he needs to be professional. He knows he needs to be serious about this, but his inner child is bouncing the hell around right now that he gets to play pirate. Like living on a goddamn it skull. yes, a bug pirate. Thank you, Squall.
Yeah, that's yeah.
But it is Queers so after all.
Funny.
Anyway,
it is indeed.
Mostly because living on like a houseboat community there is no doubt playing pirates is part of Kedek's childhood, so it is something that he is super looking forward to.
which is super awesome. Cool.
Yes.
All right. No, we did not hear you. Try again. Are other players having mic issues at the moment? So I'll go through my spiel, and while you're working on yours, and if you get in there, we'll get you in. Of course, hey everybody, I am Will or Halfling Wizard, the owner of Halfling Wizard Productions here at Twitch, and just a couple of like quick housekeeping things. Make sure if you're not following us already, we would love to have you follow us here on Twitch. And also, if you wouldn't mind, you can subscribe to us over on the YouTube, where you'll find all of these awesome episodes. So if you're new here and just picked up Wind Riders, you can find all of them over on our YouTube channel, which you can find that link here on our Twitch down below on our main page under links. Also, if you're not, join our Patreon. We have a lot of our homebrew items on our Patreon. You also can find you'll find the session 0 for the Reign of Vecna there. So if you become a Patreon, you can watch their session 0. And some really cool homebrew items that we use in here at Wind Riders and over in Origins and a few other things. Also, check out our merch store. We have some we have show specific merch and we have channel specific merch. We have some really fun stuff over there. Check it out. If you have a favorite show here on Halfling Wizard Productions, there's probably some kind of like merch for it. I guarantee you. Let's see. Our charity of this month is the Movember Foundation to support men's mental health and physical health. As a prostate cancer survivor myself, it's super important that we support those sorts of things. Because sometimes men don't like to talk about things like that, and they should. So we're raising money to help that charity. Kel mentioned the crossover episode. We are planning a crossover episode of his Stargate campaign and my Orlea Origins campaign. We're looking at sometime right after the first of the year, the new year. That will be a charity stream. We haven't picked our charity yet, so we're working on that right now as well. And we'll run that. It'll run for as long as it runs, and it'll be a fun evening had by everyone. If speaking of one shots, if you are an aspiring DM and want to run something, come on, join our Discord, the Halfling Wizard Production Discord. We have our Codex, which is basically a playground for new DMs, old DMs, all DMs. You want to come in and run a one-shot, short shot. We have our Codex series where you can put your short shot here on our channel. So if you're interested in doing that, come join us over in Discord and get on board with that. We have a couple of people that have already sent me ideas, and so we're in the works of that. But if you have an idea and you've always wanted to do it, and you've always wanted to stream it, just come join us and let's talk about it. We'd love to have you. Let me see. Slayer, did you get your mic working? Did he drop out, or is he still there? Is he still there? I can't tell. Oh, I think he's coming back in now. So, but yeah, so next Monday you can join us here for Orlea Origins, the other campaign that I run here, and of course, make sure you check out this Wednesday with the Liminal Blink, and then this Thursday again is the Reign of Vecna, and then on Saturday is Queers. So we've got a busy week this week, and it won't typically be like that because we tend to alternate. Some of these games tend to alternate, so we're just kind of pushing everything because Thanksgiving is coming, and we are off. The channel's offline for Thanksgiving and Christmas and New Year's, so we kind of alter things around. So let's see, Slayer, did you get your mic working? I assume not. So Slayer he's in Vecna. Is he in any of the other ones other than Wind Riders and Vecna currently? you can check him out here. So come check him out in Vecna. It's super fun. He's playing a super fun character in Vecna. I love his character. So yeah, so give us a follow, everybody. We hope to have more of you joining us in the future. But until then, we're going to go ahead and jump out, and we'll see you next time. So peace out, everybody.
Thanks for joining us for this Halfling Wizard production. Make sure to come back again soon to see what happens next, right here where adventure comes to life.